The report we created is based on a default theme, so on this Innovate theme here that we used. And although the visuals look quite okay, we could of course tailor the look of our report a bit more. This lecture is of course an optional one, so if you're not interested into, well, working on the style here, then you can skip this lecture and continue with the next one. If you're interested into it, let's have a look at some of the visuals and see how we can improve the overall look of our report. I'll get started with the line and column page once again, and first select all our data here, depending on the report level filter. And if we look at our line chart, there are some things that I would like to improve. For this, we select the chart and go to the Format Your Visual area. And first, in the X-axis area here, if we go down to the title, then I want to switch it off, because I think it's clear that these are the years. And I'll also do the same thing after collapsing the X-axis menu for the Y-axis. So we'll also scroll down a bit and deactivate the title. Now I think this looks better already. Let's now close the Y-axis and open the Legend menu, because in here I want to go back to the positioning of the legend first. We had that initially, so we'll first center it at the top center, like this. The line style could be changed back to these lines that we previously had. I think this looks better. And now, in addition, I'll unselect the title. With this, I think we have a nicer look. As I said, we got this before we applied our general report theme. That's it about the legend actually, so we can also close this menu. Now I want to go to the General tab over here and work on the title as a last step. So let's open this title menu. I won't rename the title here because we will use the default title for all our visuals. But first, I want to change the alignment. So this should be a centered alignment here. We will enable the text wrap option. Without it, it would look like this. So I like this wrap look better. And now we'll change the background color from this default white one to a black background. And in addition, I'll make it a bit bigger. So maybe like this with this font size 15. If we now scroll down a bit further, and important, I'm still in this title menu here, we can now also add maybe a visual border to it, like this, to make the distance a bit bigger. With this, if we unselect the visual now, I think we have a nice look. We have this border that we just added around our visual, and we have a nice formatted visual in general. Of course, the general styling always depends on your personal preferences and so on. What we could also do now is we could make this visual a bit bigger, maybe like this, and also do the same thing for the right visual, maybe like that here. And now we'll simply select our line chart, go to the home ribbon, select the format painter, and apply this format also to this column chart. Again, select the format painter, go to the tree map page, and also apply the style to the tree map. Once again, copy the format also for the table. Oops, without selecting it. Again, copying it, adding it to the line chart here, and also to this combined line chart, and actually also to our card visuals. So this one and that one doesn't make a big difference, obviously. And let's again also copy this to the waterfall chart over here. With this, the general style of the line chart is applied. What we still have added is our X-axis and Y-axis titles. This is a default, feature by Power BI Desktop, so not all settings we defined in our line chart here are used for other visual types. For the stacked column chart here, it worked. For the waterfall, for example, it didn't. But I think the general look now is okay. If you want to, you can also work on the look of this measures page. Let's maybe at least align the visuals a bit better to have these a little bit better arranged, maybe like this and like that. But that's not the core focus, but actually, as I just saw it, we can also select the line chart once again and copy the format to our relationships visual here. With that, we are a bit more in line with the general look and feel of our report. And with that, we actually finished this module now, this means it's now time to wrap up what we learned.